Welcome back to the International Conference on Management, Leadership and Governance. I'm now at the Imperial Queen's Park Hotel, and today is the first day of the International Conference. The morning session will start with the welcome statement from Dr. Mathana Santiwat, the Bangkok University President. And after that, you will hear the statements from Dr. Lakhana Warasinchai and Dr. Vincent Ribia. The morning session will end with the keynote speaker, who is Mr. Richard David Helms. So hope you enjoyed today's conference.
Inaugural International Conference on Management, Leadership and Governance. Following on from our successful European Conference, which is an interesting academic event. I'm just here to run through one or two logistics with you this morning to make one slide. Lugana will do that for me, thank you. I don't like having blank entries in the timetable, so right up to Tuesday, we jiggled it around. Try to give you a warning if I think that's going to happen. If you do have a no-show, just break away or continue the discussion from the previous talk and then resume thereafter. 5 minutes for questions and 5 minutes to change over each flow during this afternoon. Those of you presenting the PhD program, please get up there.
And about 80 papers that will be presented. From this side of the conference, I am sure that we will have a very good chance to meet, to discuss, to share, and also to build our network. We have 11 schools, which you can see from this list. We have business, arts, and also science and technology. Our campus, so I will take you now to our campus. So please.
So we are really looking forward to interact with you and to spend 2 wonderful days together, and hopefully
roughly around the same time it will be the second International Conference on Innovation and Entrepreneurship. So you can book it on your calendar if you enjoy Thailand, and if your research is related to this topic, we'll be happy to see you again next year. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about our institute very rapidly. So this is the Institute for Knowledge and Innovation. It was originally created in the United States at the George Washington University. So we do all kinds of activities to promote and also to help and coach the organization. Twice a year, a magazine related to so with some partners all over the world, so with Business School in France, in Paris, but also Thailand and Bangkok. So Thailand is a beautiful country. I've been living here for 5.5 years. So fix you there in the islands. You may have seen some of them in the movies or even in the jet zone. So it's going to try also it will be a memorable experience. Again, tonight or tomorrow night I will be so you can box. You can watch it at least. It will be less than fun.
Thailand, it's a wonderful country. Bangkok is an amazing city. Lots to see, lots to do. What I want to do today really is to share a few thoughts with you about how leadership is changing and needing to change. And we're in this transition, I believe, because if we pay attention to the media, what we're told in newspapers or online or even in movies actually these days, the 6 billionth child is only 13 years old. Now that kind of population is putting enormous pressure on our most life-critical systems. Utopia is leading us into this situation where more and more those systems ethos, that philosophy. But you're right, scale is very much important in this simply because if you think about Valve software,
and to be informed, everybody will get a photo. Alright, and since we are in Thailand, we probably have to say spicy, right? Yes. Alright? More? Try to read not to get that.
Why do you decide to come here and then attend this conference?
Okay, I'm doing my PhD at the moment, and now since we have a PhD track, so I thought of coming to present the progress that I'm doing.
As for me, this is my first time presenting abroad, so quite honored, really excited to be here.
All right. What would you share in this conference? What is your paper is about?
Okay, my paper is about leadership and also entrepreneurship. So we like to see, how technology-based SME is the style that they're adopting, and also in terms of their orientation.
Mine is more towards service quality and productivity on the local government agencies.
And as you know, the main themes of this conference is about management, leadership, and the governance. What is your actual thoughts about these three words?
Okay, what comes to my mind about these three words is basically we are looking at what is happening around the world. Okay, because when we know that we are in the globalization era, so things are changing. So by attending the conference, we might get some new inputs and new feedback.
Talk about management, leadership, and governance. To me, can share a lot of new knowledge from all the other countries in the world, and it's really interesting.
Okay, thank you very much indeed for your time and hope you enjoy the conference. Thank you very much. Could you please tell us briefly about your paper that you are going to present?
Yeah, we're going to present the joint paper, me and Hannes, and it's about IT and management, and we think this conference is a good theme for that.
Do you have any other things that you want to say?
Yeah, but maybe it's about IT service management. So it's a modern perspective of looking at actually system maintenance or software maintenance, and hopefully we get some input to this paper and further development of this here at this conference.
Okay. So what about you?
I am very honored to present my paper at this conference that concerns business intelligence-based organization. This relatively new topic, maybe for many colleagues unknown, so I hope that my presentation will be interesting for you. It is the topic connected not only with technology, software products, but first of all with knowledge management, with management dashboards, new generation of decision support systems. Thank you.
So actually, what is your thought about management, the leadership, and the governance? Maybe you just focus on the management.
And we are from the IT business, and I think we need to learn more about management and leadership issues. We are not bad, but we can be better. So Hannes mentioned IT service management, and that is where we bring those concepts together, IT service management. So that is what we are hoping for here.
I represent the Department of of Business Informatics, so information management systems, and for me management is closely connected with knowledge management, with technologies, different tools to manage data management. So I understand the new way of management in organizations.
So apart from presenting the papers, of course, and also gain some knowledge from this conference, do you have any other expectation you want to receive from this conference?
Yes, of course we want to get feedback and to the ability to discuss different concepts and to understand more about especially management for me, because we need to know more about how to become more efficient when dealing with IT processes as a service. And that is also when the management perspective comes in to this.
What about you?
Yeah, apart from that, we're also looking forward to meet other researchers within the areas, and maybe we could share some ideas and have new contacts for the future.
I think that the conference, it is the possibility to exchange knowledge among colleagues, to see on some problems from new perspectives. So I think that why we meet here.
Okay. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for your time, and hope you enjoy the conference.
I'm doing a poster presentation today, and I'm writing my work in progress paper for this conference. My research is about looking at how IT governance and corporate governance in terms of how it's related. Yeah. Because today we have learned a lot about IT governance and lots of academic paper and practitioners paper talking about IT governance is a subset of corporate governance. But one thing that is lacking is that we have a very limited insights in terms of a theoretical explanation about how IT governance is related to corporate governance. So I'm looking at how these two forms of governance are related and using institutional theory to apply to explain about this relationship.
So what is your actual thoughts, your current thoughts about this theme? I mean the management, governance and the leadership, maybe especially for the governance that you are expertise.
I think it's a changing thing. Like we still don't have a clear idea about what is governance, and there's a lot of streams and thoughts about corporate governance and IT governance, which cause some problems about shared understandings. And if we can develop some shared understanding within this theme, we can probably develop a practical guidelines to help us improve corporate governance and IT governance.
So could you please tell us what is your expectation you want to receive from this conference?
Well, to get more knowledge about governance, because I'm doing a research in IT governance area, and this is a good opportunity to attend this governance because I'm coming from Australia and having data collection here in Bangkok during this time of the year, so I could spend my time learning other people research from this conference.
Could you please tell us briefly about your paper that you are going to present?
I will present a paper about prosumption, especially about information technology from prosumption. It is very important to support prosumption, new idea of management by information technology.
Okay. So how the management or leadership or governance related to your expertise, to your interests?
I'm a professor of economics in subject management, and leadership is very interesting for me, especially information technology for leadership and for management.
So what is your actual thought about the management, especially management?
I'm interested in management, new ideas, new concept of management, for example, knowledge management, organizational learning, and
Helps to your career.
Yes.
I came here to attend this conference because I believe this is a very good opportunity for me to be able to share the management experiences that we have for RDE management in sericulture in the Philippines, particularly for a Commission on Higher Education funded sericulture project.
So could you please tell us more details about your paper that you are going to present?
Yeah, it talks about the management strategies that we used in managing the CHED-funded sericulture project.
It's actually focused on the management things, right? So what is your actual thought about the management?
Management? As far as ours is concerned, of course, for R&D management is very important because R&D management, particularly for our area of assignment, that is sericulture development in the Philippines, is very important because we are actually working at the Sericulture Research and Development Institute, whereby we need to be able to use R&D management as a vehicle for us to be able to attain the visions and objectives of our institute, particularly for sericulture development in the Philippines, and at the same time for us to be able to reach to our target clients, our farmers. Right now in the Philippines, we are actually having less of cocoon production, so we need to facilitate for that, to have more farmers, and at the same time to be able to conduct research at the same time for us to be able to have enough support services for our clients.
And why you come here to attend the conference?
Because one of my teachers sent me the invitation, and I sent an abstract and it was accepted, so that's why I am here today.
Okay, what are you going to present today or maybe tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow afternoon. It's regarding the ethics in leadership and in management, and the paper explores how spirituality influences unethical behavior in this case.
And as you said, your papers focus on management and leadership, right? So what is your actual thought about these two words, these two themes?
Okay, having been a manager, I think it is very important for every company to know exactly what our managers, in what manner should they behave, especially in all the misbehavior that we are seeing in the news so often. It is important for us to know how to be good leaders in relation to ethics.
So what is the expectation you want to receive from this conference?
Okay, besides meeting people and making connections, I want to learn, to grow as a manager and also as a scholar.
Because I'm working in this area, I'm working ICT benefit realization in organization.
So what are you gonna present? Maybe tomorrow or maybe today or tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna present today.
Okay. What is it about?
My topic presentation will be on a participation framework for ICT benefit realization.
Okay, so how the management or maybe leadership or the governance related to your expertise?
Because having ICT in organization doesn't mean the organization will run smoothly if the end user don't use the ICT system. For my work, we proposed a participation framework to let the key stakeholder to create their benefits and measure the benefits. So we can gain the benefit from this framework.
All right. So finally, what is the expectation you want to receive from this conference? Maybe apart from gaining knowledge, do you have any other things you want to receive from this conference?
Of course, because this conference really good. Because many people around the world come together, we can exchange our knowledge in this field together.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome you all to the international conference. So first of all, could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Dr. Edgar Meyer. I'm from the University of Southampton.
And my name's Dr. Mel Ashley, and I'm also from Southampton University, UK.
Okay. And why do you decide to come here and also attend the conference?
I think the theme of the conference around leadership and governance is very interesting, and one of our PhD students is presenting here whose focus is on governance and leadership within charities.
It was also a really good opportunity to see Thailand, because I've never been to Bangkok before, so I'm really looking forward to our visit.
So what is your actual thoughts about this, the conference theme, which is the governance, leadership and the management?
I think it's increasingly important to think about these things in today's world, and of course we've heard about many of the scandals within large corporations, so thinking about how organizations are governed and who the individuals are that lead these organizations is very important these days.
I'm also very interested in the area of trust in my research and women in leadership, and I've noticed there's a couple of papers on that, so I'll be very interested to hear what the speakers have got to say about that.
Thank you very much indeed for your time. So hello, welcome to the international conference again. So just basically, I would like to know about your thought about the main theme of this conference, which is about the management, governance and the leadership.
Well, it's a very interesting grouping, of course, because traditionally we group leadership and management and governance together. But I think increasingly we're beginning to tease out the key differences between leadership and management, particularly, for example, and to try and to cater for both, because they're divergent. You know, leaders want to change everything all the time, and the job of management is to stabilize things and to keep things the same. So it's an interesting dichotomy. And to throw governance on top of that is an interesting one too, because governance is something which is changing very dramatically. It doesn't matter whether you're thinking of corporate law or governance in terms of the nation state and the role of politicians, for example. All of those things are changing. So bringing those together in a single conference makes a lot of sense, as long as people recognize the differences and how they are diverging as well as converging.
Probably the trends of the management, leadership and the governance.
Sorry?
The trend.
Well, there are so many different trends. In leadership, leadership is becoming much more a collective phenomenon, not an individual genius striking out by themselves and saying, "Follow me." Management is all about, the trend is to manage organizations and businesses differently, because shared value models mean that management is different. And again, where we're going to be creating shared value in society, so that we're not just pandering to the needs of shareholders and investors, but we're looking at everyone within a value chain more appropriately, then, you know, a governance means there's going to be more peer-to-peer interaction, more collaboration, more time devoted to the commons rather than just the elite in society.
All right, so do you have any few words to say to the participants or to say to the scholars or researchers in this area?
I just urge people to keep open mind and keep learning.
Okay.
Keep learning.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much indeed for your time, and hope you enjoy the conference. Introduce yourself.
I'm Long Zhang from China, and I'm very enjoyed the conference today. And Asia can make a lot of friends, can get to know a lot of friends from different academic areas.
Okay, and I would like to know about your thought on the main theme of this conference, which is about the management, leadership, and the governance. What is your actual thought about this?
Sorry?
What is your thought, your opinions about this conference, the theme of this conference?
So far I only heard about the one topic from this prisoner. About leadership, it's a very complicated subject. So today he mentioned about the collaborative leadership style. I think it's this kind of leadership style. It requires the organizations to break down their hierarchical structure, then apply this leadership style into the different organizations. It's also about the different organizational cultures. So if you want to really have the good implementation about this leadership style, you have to do these two things.
So I'm now with another PhD student from Bangkok University. So let's hear about his opinions towards the main theme of this conference. So could you please introduce yourself?
Prisha Chao Cho Chuang, a PhD student at Bangkok University.
So as you know, but the main theme of this conference is about the leadership, management, and the governance. So what is your thought or your opinion toward these three words?
Oh yes, I think these three are related topics, and they are also very important for today's business, the running of business. We have seen a lot of problems caused by the lack of governance or the lack of leadership or lack of management. So to be successful, you have to have all three together, working together. You need to have governance to ensure that the corporate is run in a transparent and in a transparent way and with a good strategy. And you also need to have good management to make sure that it is run efficiently. Resources are well utilized. And on top of that, you have to have leadership who has vision and who can take the corporation forward in the right direction. So I think all these three are interrelated and are very important for the success of any corporation.
My name is Ratvilai Rang Sising Pipat. I'm studying PhD KIM in the Bangkok University.
So what is your actual thought about the main theme of the conference, which is the management, leadership, and the governance?
Okay, in my opinion, because nowadays in the globalization is quite heavy competition. So especially in my company, I'm fighting with international brands such as Philips, Toshiba, Hitachi, Panasonic, something like that. So I think this management, leadership, and the governance is very important, because in order to the company to stay competitive, I need to have the good leadership and good management and the good governance.
So I was confused whether you're talking about ethical leadership or talking about leadership, management, implementation, things like that.
Universities and colleges in the Philippines challenge SOC leaders to total quality management practices of SOCs, presidents and vice presidents on total quality management practices of the said.
And middle is considered is soul of the followers. Servant leadership, a leader will be servant of the community. Now, empirical study, you know that some I have collected some practical observations in Bangladesh, different types of government, non-government organizations, blessings from Arab countries and other rich countries. But whatever they label, but they are trying to do this. And one of the organization, mostly
was the phase when General Director saw the building, stripping this building made the company active regulations. It is advisable to apply complex measures, both on the part can be achieved through internal preventive measures. So could be achieved.
And it consists of two categories, arts and technology. Survey where we conducted user committee in the organization.
Hi, could you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Yes, my name is Wong Tai Wai, coming from the Hong Kong Hospital Authority.
And as an observer at this conference, what are your thoughts on the topic so far? What do you get from the topic so far?
I think nowadays governance is one of the most important topics, and very often wrong management decisions will bring about traumatic impact on the organization. So I think that this conference brings about very good concepts about improving the governance and relevant management capabilities.
The paper I'm presenting is on human resource management strategies, how we go from just teaching theory to actually giving them an application project known as the Virtual Portfolio Project.
And what are your thoughts on the theme of this conference today?
Oh, it's a wonderful theme. I teach international business, so I walk away with a lot of perspectives from different members of the global community, which offers more than what you can see on the internet and what you can read in a book, so it's worth it.
My name is Ronakon Waywood. I'm a researcher in the Institute for Knowledge and Innovation, Southeast Asia and Bangkok University.
So as an observer at this conference today, what are your thoughts on the theme so far?
I think the theme, which are about management, governance, and leadership, it's something very close and have a very strong linkages that could not be apart, and it's related from one to the other. So an impact from, for example, like the leadership has a very high impact on the management, as well as the governance, how to control the company and how to manage the company. So I think it's very, these are the very strong linkages in that, and those three disciplines cannot be separated with each other.
Hi, I am Dr. Krishnamurthy from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. I am working as a Deputy Financial Controller, and I am also teaching to the Master of Management students in Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore.
I am Nagarjuna, working as a scientific officer in Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore.
So I heard you already presented your paper yesterday. Can you talk a bit about your paper, what it is about?
Yes, today I have presented my research paper. Title is Corporate Social Responsibilities of Indian Public Sector Enterprises, a case study of Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited. So the paper is about how the public sector enterprises in India taking the social obligations as their duty bound, and how they are allocating the funds for the various social activities.
Right. What are your thoughts on the conference?
Conference accepted only high quality papers. It is a fantastic conference. In fact, it is a privilege for me to participate in this conference.
Yeah, the conference is the way conducted by the ACI is very fantastic and very nice. The conference is going very well. The papers which was accepted is original quality and very nice papers they are accepted. Now we are presented the paper. The paper was accepted very nicely. The response of the listeners also very nice. So we are very happy and we are enjoyed the conference.
What are your thoughts on the topic of this conference today?
I think it is very current, and I feel in a globalized society we live in, these kind of topics should be given more emphasis, and probably this is the way to go in the 21st century, and it is, I would say, very impressive, very impressive.
So I heard you'll be presenting your paper tomorrow. Yes. Can you tell us a bit about it? What is it about?
It is about global leadership, particularly taking the concepts of global leadership to a different level, and we talked about global leadership, global village this morning. The keynote speaker addressed those challenges around organization. My paper explores a little bit about global leadership in managing diversity.
So what are your thoughts on the topic of this conference so far?
It's very nice. It's been a very nice conference, interesting papers, and it's a very nice place, nice hotel. It's my first time in Bangkok, and it's a very interesting place to go to.
So you'll be presenting your paper tomorrow?
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about it? Briefly, what it's about?
Yes, it's about quality management technique that we have developed, which we call the Quality Cafe, and we describe the technique and give an example how it can be used based on a case study that we are doing in the spa industry in Sweden.
What are your thoughts on the conference so far?
Well, first of all, it's lovely to come to a conference as an observer because you can really relax and take in the sessions and not worry about your own session. I thought the keynote address this morning was fabulous. I learned a lot about leadership and transformational leadership. And the other sessions are good as well. I just came out of the sessions where the PhD students are able to present their thesis work, and I thought what a wonderful opportunity it is for them to explain what they're doing in their fields, and also to run it by people who are in leadership to get their thoughts and suggestions for change or improvements in their work. So I thought that was a really good session.
What about the topic of the conference? What do you think of the topic? Is it a current topic, or what are your thoughts about it?
Well, knowledge is universal. It's international. We are a knowledge economy, so I think it's very fitting. Yeah.
I'm looking at the perspectives of conflict in international management. So I'm specifically trying to look at what are the different types of conflict in organizations and how leaders can try to minimize the level of conflict, especially in human resource practice.
What about the topic of this conference? What are your thoughts on it? That you've been here for second day? This is your second day here? Yeah. What were your thoughts on the conference so far?
I think it's a well-organized conference. The attendance is very high, and I think all the participants are asking very relevant questions. And I think all the presentations are very solid ones. So I think I'm very, very pleased, and I'll do this again. All
right, that's very good to hear. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, my name is Alan Deacon. I'm originally from England, but I live in Thailand. I'm currently researching a PhD in Knowledge and Innovation Management at Bangkok University.
I see. So what are your thoughts on the conference so far? Have you been here this is your second day?
No, this is the first day of the conference. I
Right.
shall be here again tomorrow.
Right.
I think it's excellent to bring this conference to Bangkok. I think it's great that the universities are taking part, and we're getting a lot of international people coming and presenting papers, and so we're able to exchange ideas.
What about the topic? What do you think of the topic? Is it a current topic?
Yeah, I think I was really impressed with the PhD consortium. All of the papers were very, very topical. Things about NGO leadership, things about IT governance, management leadership styles. These are really important at the moment, given the rate of change that's going on globally. I also think it's very good for Thailand, with ASEAN coming up, and Thailand's aspiration to become a hub for education. I think it really fits really well at the moment.
I'm investigating the interdependencies between managing business change, IT sourcing, and IT governance. The last one is how to deal with IT-related decisions. IT sourcing is how to source your IT function in the organization, and managing business change is the ability to change and rebuild your business, to change your business and to run your business effectively and efficiently.
Right, so in terms of the topic of our conference today, what are your thoughts about it? Is it useful, or how would you apply your paper?
I think there's a diverse view on the topics of leadership, management, and governance, and this gives a lot of insights and new thoughts and new ideas to think about and to review my own topic and my leadership style.
All right, thank you so much for your time.
My paper that I brought here is entitled Management Strategies and Leadership Styles of Selected Hospital for Effective Clinical Nursing Interventions. So I am a nurse educator in Manila, Philippines, and I'm working at Manila Titana Colleges, Manila Doctors College of Nursing.
In terms of the topic of this conference, what are your thoughts about the topic? Is it a current topic, or how is it useful to you?
I do believe that what we have here right now in the international conference in the leadership Management and Governance 2013 is very, very timely. And seeing all of the delegates here right now, they are very, very intelligent. And of course, sharing something about what we have in our own country in Manila, Philippines is something different. And I hope that as I share it tomorrow, my date is tomorrow at around 11:30 in the morning. So as I share the management strategies in our countries pertaining to the hospital settings, I hope that I'll be able to share something with regards to how our country or how some of our hospitals in our country deliver their leadership and their management skills in handling people in the healthcare system.
Would you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Okay, hi, I'm Dave. I'm a student for the PhD KIM course.
So as an observer at this conference today, what are your thoughts on a topic?
Very interesting. Some very innovative ideas, and the session's been quite good flow, good smooth ideas, and good session.
So how do you plan to apply this topic to your work, maybe your paper you're working on?
It's not directly related to my paper, so I'll just take the experience of today's session and just apply it on how to actually plan the presentations. But the work is only a guideline or small references, but not directly related to my paper. So I'll just take the experience.
All right, I see. Thank you very much for your time. And I'm now with Dr. Matana, the president of Bangkok University. I would like to ask you what are your thoughts on this conference so far?
Actually, it is a great opportunity for Bangkok University, especially for the Institute of Knowledge and Innovation Management of Bangkok University that have an opportunity to host this conference. And this is the second time that we host in Thailand. It is a great honor for us to have the keynote speakers who coming to speak about the literacy of leadership, which is one of the things that I have never heard before. So it means that we have known and learned much more about the leadership, which is part of the conference, because this is the conference on leadership, governance, and management. So I think meeting with the professors, researchers, and also they provide the opportunity for the PhD candidates to hold the colloquium. So it is one of the chance for the PhD student from other countries to participate in the conference, and we can have a chance to listen from their thought and their work in the PhD dissertation.
So do you have any future plan for this conference? Do you plan to hold it another time next year, perhaps?
Actually, unfortunately, that I have heard that this kind of conference will be at Babson College next year. But other than that, we are planning to have another international conference. But this time will be in 2014, but it will be focused in management and entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship is part of the one of our main missions for Bangkok University, besides that creativities and also internationalizations. So next year we will do it again, but in different way and more emphasize to entrepreneurship, which is one of the things that I think might be of interest to every people. And we will have a chance to meet more of the researchers focused in entrepreneurship. I think it will be good. So wait for next time. wait for next time too.
Thank you very much, Dr. Matana.
So it's time for our delegates to enjoy dinner and also experience Thai culture. We'll see you next year at Babson, USA. Bye.